Welcome back, Knights. Today we're starting a new series on this channel, Timeline Breakdown. Timeline Breakdown is us taking the plots and big story arcs of your favorite games and breaking them down into more simplified videos for you to understand better. With that out of the way, welcome to JJ Walkthrough, where we don't just play the game, we walk you through them. Today, we'll be breaking down the story arc of Resident Evil 7, looking into the characters that span those stories as well as what brought them here. Resident Evil 7 starts off a little out of order, so to make it easier, we will explain it in chronological order. Our story starts with Mia Winters. Mia Winters was a covert operative who assisted the Connections in the birth of Evelyn, an almost human-like BOW, acting as Evelyn's caretaker for her while covering up her own career at a trading company to her husband Ethan. Mia would later be tasked with transporting Evelyn on the cargo ship Annabelle to a facility in Central America. During the voyage, Mia sent a video to her husband Ethan saying that she missed him and that she cannot wait to be finished with her babysitting job. Unfortunately for everyone on board, the ship was on the same course as a hurricane and Evelyn became unstable. The ship began sinking and Mia sent out one last message to Ethan saying goodbye and asking him to not look for her. Shortly after, the ship washed ashore in Louisiana and was discovered by the Baker family, along with Mia and Evelyn, whom the family gladly took in. From there, it didn't take Evelyn long to infect the family and Mia. Ethan, now caught in grief with the news of his wife's passing, gets an email from his wife disclosing her current location. Ethan sets off to Louisiana and finds the Baker residence, and inside he finds Mia trapped in a cell. Upon freeing her, he is attacked by the infected Mia and loses his hand. After fighting Mia off, he is distracted by a phone call and then knocked out by Jack Baker, the head of the Baker family. Ethan later has his hand reattached and is introduced to the rest of the infected Baker family. The Baker family consists of Jack, Marguerite, Lucas, and the mystery phone call person, Zoe. After escaping the family, Zoe explains to Ethan that her family has been infected by something, as well as herself and Mia. But not all hope was lost. There was a cure, and Ethan would have just enough for Zoe and Mia. With his newfound knowledge of a cure and hope for his wife's survival, Ethan sets off fighting through the Baker family and collecting the necessary ingredients for the cure. However, after getting everything together, a strongly mutated Jack Baker attacks Ethan, forcing him to use part of the cure on Jack. With the remaining cure left, Ethan cures Mia and begs Zoe to join them in their escape. But feeling slighted, Zoe stays behind, believing she is doomed, while the Winters make their escape aboard an airboat. But once again, they are attacked and separated. This time, Ethan is being held by Evelyn on what's left of the Annabelle, and Mia must come to his rescue. Mia fights her way through the wreck and gets part of Evelyn's tissue, hoping that a toxin can be made to kill her. Once she finds Ethan, she quickly frees him from Evelyn, and it becomes clear that Evelyn won't let them go, so she trades herself for Ethan. Ethan, with the tissue sample in hand, takes on Evelyn and destroys her as Neo Umbrella arrives. Ethan and Mia reunite as Chris Redfield learns that Lucas Baker is still alive and on the run. Chris follows Lucas to an old mining tunnel and Lucas begins a game of cat and mouse. Lucas, realizing that Chris is moving faster than intended, blows up the tunnel in an attempt to kill Chris once and for all. However, Chris survives the explosion and finds Lucas, causing Lucas to mutate, and for Chris to fight and destroy him. Now, it would seem that the story ends here, but it doesn't. While all of this is happening, Zoe stayed back on the family estate and calcified as punishment for betraying Evelyn. Eventually, Neo Umbrella showed up at the request of Ethan to cure Zoe, but Zoe's Uncle Joe got to her first and began searching for a cure. While Joe continued his search for the cure, Zoe had been kidnapped by her father, Jack. Joe and Jack come to blows multiple times during Jack's search for the cure, but eventually Joe wins and destroys his brother. Shortly after, Joe cures Zoe, and Neo Umbrella gives Zoe a new identity and a new life. Now there is more to this story, but for now, let's leave this off here. Please remember that this is a big oversimplification of all the events that transpired. And if you'd like a more detailed breakdown or even a character breakdown for more insight, please feel free to let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe for more and let us know what other games you'd like us to do. Until next time, boom.